Welcome to this video on how to get started with your logbook. As you may know, logbooks are frequently used in engineering practice to document design activity. It is a legal document. So, to build your competence in this practice, you are required to use a logbook to document your labs and your design project work in Engineering 1100. The purpose of this video is to get you started by setting up your logbook to be ready for making entries. You can find more detail on what to enter in the logbook in our logbook requirements document on CourseLink. We will also be discussing logbook entries further in each of your lab sessions. So how do we get started? First, we need a proper logbook. So what's a proper logbook? Well, it's basically a book that has a hard cover. So you can see this book has a hard cover, and it's also hard bound. What I mean by hard bound is that the binding, if you look at the end here, is firmly in the book. And if I open it up and try to take a page out, I would have to tear it to take the page out. So if you pull the page out, you would know that the page was missing. Those are the two main requirements. So now we have a proper logbook. Next, we need to identify the book by labeling it. I like to put a label on the outside cover so I can easily identify it. This is my logbook from fall 2017, Engineering 1100. You also identify it by putting on the inside pages your address, your name, your address, phone number, and email address. This way, if the logbook is ever lost, someone can contact you or send you your logbook. Once that is complete, the next step is to create a table of contents. So I've created a table of contents or started a table of contents in my book. Normally this would be right behind the first pages. So you can see I've got a title, table of contents. I've started with numbering it with Roman numerals, lowercase. That's how I like to start my numbering of table of contents. I've put a space for entering titles of my entries. You can see my first entry will be for computer lab number 1, Intro to Computers. That may not be your first entry, but that's assuming what my first entry will be, and the page number for the first entry. So for you to set your book up, you may want to wait till you get to your first lab and enter your title, but you're going to need a title, a spot for a page number, and then you can start entering your titles in. This way, as you go through the semester, you'll be able to identify your entries easily in your table of contents. Then I've left a couple of pages to allow for my table of contents to grow. And then I've created my first lab entry, Computer Lab 1, the title. I've numbered the page. You will need to number all of your pages consecutively. Put in the date for the entry. And again, here's the title of my entry. So that's it. That's all you need to get started. That's all you need to get your logbook ready to be used in this course. Looking forward to working with you to make some of those entries happen.